EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't, rather than new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements. Should be safely on deck.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Even par early on. Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
Even par, currently.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in two. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. That takes him to 1 under on the day. And now over to the 5th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side, that will be a great look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it. Another who's who.
Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that. and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
This one's looking good. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Par 4 7th here at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you unhappy if you walk out of here with anything other than a birdie?
I think we'll see all sorts of different scores here, Rich. If you hit the fairway, then obviously you're definitely going to be looking at birdie. But you stray or hit the wrong club off the tee, that's really what this hole's about. It's about club selection. You could hit a multitude of clubs off this tee.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole is for birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Clean this up with a tap.
And that par certainly won't hurt the course.
There's still some time. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole doglegs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. It's no snack, though. Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that.
Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank. For birdie.
And with that birdie, tied at the top.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Excellent looking shot here.
Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just a couple of feet. Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one has a good line. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th. Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that. You'd like that one again.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. Little bit uphill.
Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just 5 feet left. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Par 3 14th, headed over Lake Zimmer. Old man Zimmer was a legend in these parts here in Maine at Lighthouse Point. All you want here, Frank, at 240 yards. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
Second shot. Oh, painful lip out. That is a good putt.
Absolutely can't believe it. I thought that thing was stone dead in the center. That is a solid par putt. The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
This is a good-looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. And another fun hole here at Lighthouse Point. It's the last par 3 on the back 9 as we begin this closing stretch. 241 yards downhill, par 3 16th.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Pretty good shot right there. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day. He's gone for a little extra. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
Computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Ooh, almost fell. Just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. That one is gone, OB. So playing the third shot right now after having gone OB. Frank, just been a really sloppy hole to this point.
Just a barrage of mistakes, really. And, well, the best he can do, really, with a good one is to get away with a bogey, and that's what he's got to think of.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start